Hey guys, Cell here and welcome back to some Sweetest Monster. Let's get started. I'd rather not if it's all the same to you. I quite like my head being attached to my neck. I quite like your head too. You're cute. Aha! I'm not sure about that. We exchange brief glances, then we both start to laugh. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because this situation is so ridiculous. The two of us holed up inside the music classroom like fugitives, hiding from the rest of the world. Right now I could almost believe Belle is my whole world. Almost. If it weren't for the sound of the children playing outside, that is. So Robin, aren't you curious? Do you want to see what a good job I did? About the piano, you mean? That's right. Why don't we play together? That might be nice. It's been a while since I played with anybody else. Even though you teach piano? Even so, mostly. I just sit and listen to my students. I don't get a chance to play very much myself. Didn't you ever try to teach Melody? I did for a brief amount of time, but Melody didn't like it. She wasn't built for it. You mean she has stubby little fingers? She wasn't physically unsuited, it was more mentally, I suppose. She didn't have the knack, no staying power. Alright. It's sad, I really did want Melody to learn how to play the piano. It wasn't just some passing whim, it was my dream. Maybe it was because of Grandfather, he was the one who taught me how to play the piano all those years ago, back when I was 5. He was a patient tutor who offered me words of encouragement at the end of each lesson. He'd give me a fruit gum as a reward. I never saw playing the piano as a burden, though I'm sure lots of children made to learn instruments too. It was fun, I thought it was. I looked forward to every single lesson, and I especially enjoyed it when Grandfather would play alongside me. I thought those duets we played together were beautiful. They were a way for two of us to communicate on a level deeper than words. I guess that's why I wanted to teach music, like most people who experience something unforgettable in their youth. I wanted nothing more than to share my feelings with others. I wanted to share with my daughter, my Melody. But it wouldn't work out like that. I don't have Grandfather's patience, and Melly had no desire to learn. She hated the piano, would always complain when it was time for her lessons. Not like Belle. Belle always wants to do anything I want. Belle sits on the edge of the stool, leaving enough space for me to join her, with an expectant look on her face. She wants me to play with her. Somebody actually wants to play with them. Now, when was the last time that happened? I haven't felt wanted like this for years. Alright then, let's see what you can do. I roll up my sleeves, an unabashed smile tugging at my lips. It's the kind of smile that's impossible to suppress, just like laughter that threatens to erupt at inopportune moments. I take a seat by Belle in the stool, facing the scratched old Steinway. The stool is small, and I can feel Belle's side pressed against mine. For all her talk about being a spirit, her body is warm and inviting, reassuringly human. What do you want to play? I like Debussy. La Petite Suite is one of my favorites. You do know that song, right? Of course I know it. I've been playing the piano for more than 30 years. Please have some faith in me. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were such an old man. Not as old as you. Touché! You primary school teachers nowadays, you have such sharp tongues. I suppose that's to make up for the fact you can't legally hit anyone, right? As if I'd want to hit anyone, I'm not violent. What a shame, I like a man who can take charge. Speaking of taking charge, are you sure you'll be able to keep up? You were a cat for an awfully long time. I know, but cats are very graceful creatures. I was a virtuoso even in my feline form. I have vague memories of Belle clambering over the piano at Great Aunt Clarice's home, her paws pressing against the black and white keys in a cacophony of noise. I laugh. Well, maybe you have a point. Heh, you'll look a lot cuter when you smile like that. You don't smile nearly enough, Robin. I haven't had much to smile about recently, to tell you the truth. Feels a little bit strange. Maybe I fractured the muscles around my mouth. Well, I'm sorry if smiling is painful for you, but I won't let you off the hook. Not now that we've begun. I'm going to make you smile much, much more. Oh, you will you? When she says it like that, it sounds like a challenge, and I don't like backing down from challenges. Don't back down then. Belle giggles coyly at the last note fades in silence, pausing to brush the strand of her hair behind her ear. La Petite Suite should be a tad longer than our abridged version, but we don't have enough time. Lunch break will be ending soon, and then my classroom will be assailed by children again, with their sticky fingers and gaping mouths. For a few moments, I almost managed to believe Belle and I were the only ones left on the planet. For a few moments, that's truly what I wanted. But we all have to return back to reality someday. I think between you and I, we made a right mess of that. Well, it's been a while since I played anything that complicated. And it's been a while since I had fingers. I apologize for being clumsy. It's fine, even if you were clumsy, it was very passionate. Thank you. I'm always passionate in everything that I do. I can't understand humans who aren't. Who drift through life like jellyfish, pale and gray, even though their lives are so much shorter than mine. Like Debussy. Yeah, like Debussy. I think it might be good he's dead, though. He'd be very upset that we butchered his song. Belle smiles, coiling a strand of dark hair around one finger. Well, I would love to stay and chat, but I should probably be going now. I glance at Belle's impractical school uniform, a small smile on my face. I take it you have classes you need to attend. Of course, I'd love to hang around with my favorite teacher a little longer, but this girl is on a tight schedule. Playing the piano really wore me out. It did. All you had to do was move your fingers. I am aware, but I'm still not used to maintaining this form. I think I need a nap. You're sleepy at lunchtime? You really are like a cat. I was a cat until a few days ago. Now this cute kitty needs to recharge. Chew! I think I'm a little more prepared for her outward shows of affection today. She leans forward on the stool, not that she needs to, given how close we are already, and presses a kiss against the tip of my nose, as light as a falling feather. But I still feel my face turning red. What is this, anyway? I'm starting to feel like the schoolgirl here, and I'm not even in the appropriate outfit. Thank God. Thank God indeed, I don't need to see you in that outfit, Robin. Belle gets to her feet and smiles, giving me a coquettish wave. Bye, Mr. Hawkins. I'll see you again soon. Do you really have to leave through the window? It might look a little suspicious. Don't worry. Nobody noticed me coming in here, so I'm sure nobody will notice me leaving. You're awfully confident. Of course I'm confident. I was royalty in my last life, remember? Of course. And quicker than blinking, Belle slips through the window. I watch as she walks away, her dark hair fluttering around her shoulders. She disappears in less than a minute, as though she were never there at all. What time do you call this? That's the first thing Sally says when I return home. Not hello, how was your day, or you look tired. Why don't you sit down? But, so what time do you call this? Though it's phrased as a question, I have enough sense to realize Sally means it in a strictly rhetorical sense. She knows what time it is already, and says so on the clock on the kitchen wall, as plain as day, 6. Give or take, given that clock is a few minutes fast. It isn't a curious inquiry, it's not an outright accusation. Look, I'm sorry, Sal. I know it's a little later than usual, but I couldn't help it. I had a staff meeting. A staff meeting? That's right. I told you about it this morning, didn't I? Not that I recall, no. Are you sure I didn't? I could have sworn I did. It doesn't matter how much you swear. That doesn't change the fact that this meeting slipped your mind. Now, why is Sally making those little worm-shaped quotation marks with her fingers? I really was in a staff meeting. I didn't enjoy it one bit and it was incredibly tedious. But what's that but that's what happened. What does she think I was doing? Does she really have that little faith in me? This is like the Great Milk Inquisition of last night all over again. I'm in no hurry for a reprise of that. I'm sorry, Sally, I must have forgotten. I've been to so many of these damn meetings the last few weeks, it's hard to keep track of it all. And that's why you didn't look at your voicemail, because you've been so damn busy. Voicemail? What are you talking about? I'm talking about Millie, Robin. She was sent home from school early today. I had to go and pick her up. Huh? Wait, what? I thought Sally was just complaining for the sake of complaining, as she is so wont to doing nowadays. I didn't expect there to be a real, valid point of criticism concealed amongst her words. Geez, I must sound like such a hypocrite. There I was, complaining that Sally doesn't trust me when I don't trust her either. My parents argued a lot too. Maybe that's where I learned all these tricks, from the bickering, the suspicious, and the paranoia. The dislike. That's right. Millie hurt herself, Robin. She was acting distracted all day and kept falling asleep in class. Insomnia. That's what Millie has, apparently. Then in the middle of PE, she tripped and sprained her leg. She could barely walk. She had to go home. And a sprained leg, too. Not to mention social anxiety, depression, and daily medication. But why don't we try to tackle this one hurdle at a time? That's what Joan Fowler, Millie's psychiatrist, though according to Joan, she isn't a psychiatrist, she's a child welfare expert, says. I'm sorry, I didn't check my voicemail then, I didn't think. No, you never do you? Well, mobile phones are banned at our school, for the students I mean, ever since Dylan Price pinched Baby Walker's iPhone. Not that children even need iPhones anyway. What are they, 7? 8? And what does that have to do with Millie? I just meant since the children aren't allowed to have phones at school, it'd set a pretty poor example if I had mine turned on all day. That may be the case, but you could have at least checked it when class ended. I know, I really am sorry, Sally. It totally slipped my mind. So how is Millie? When did she have PE? You don't know your daughter's own timetable? I hardly know my own timetable, Sally. I had this shock of my life just this afternoon when instead of class 2, year 6, I had class 3, year 1. I don't know why I even bothered to tune the piano since those year 1 students can't carry a tune in a bucket. So you broke out the maracas again, did you? Against my better judgment, yes. Give them things that make lots of noise and they'll be happy. A small smile squirts the corners of Sally's lips. It flickers there, uncertain like a guttering flame. I think she's still annoyed at me, but the mental image she must have of me being overrun by screaming 5-year-olds is so entertaining she can't quite stop herself from smiling. Well, a small smile is better than no smile, I suppose. Millie had PE in the afternoon. It was her second to last lesson of the day. So she hasn't been back home for long. Not too long. She spent most of the time upstairs in her room. I think she's resting. You don't think Millie sprained her leg is anything life-threatening, do you? I'm sure she'll be fine come the morning. She hasn't broken any bones. The school nurse said it was fatigue. Fatigue, I wonder what she's been doing to tire herself out so much. It's not like she ever leaves her room. Maybe homework. She's always been so anxious about her grades. She shouldn't worry so much. She's far smarter than I was when I was a kid. You should tell her that more often. It's probably because you don't praise her enough that she has such low self-esteem, especially given those disastrous piano lessons. Were they really that bad? You made her cry. I might have done, but that was years and years ago. She's probably forgotten by now. I think you're underestimating just how delicate Millie is. Maybe. I stretch. I feel slightly more at ease now. I know Millie isn't in any life-threatening danger. It was just a sprained leg, not even a broken bone. You think I should go and talk to her, ask her if she's alright? I don't know if Millie's in the mood to talk to you right now. She's stressed enough as it is. So first you tell me I should pay more attention to my daughter, now you say I should pay less. A man can't do both things at once, silly Sally. I know, it's just, it's complicated. You're making it more complicated than it needs to be. I just want to talk to my daughter, not find a cure for cancer. Sally sighs. I just think if you really cared about Melly, you would have come back home earlier. It might seem a tad insincere. This again, I already told you, Sal. I was in a meeting. I can't do anything about that. I know that, Robin, but Melly might not. You've never bothered to explain it to her. I paused, my mouth hanging open, my self-righteous indignation cut short. Sally might have a point. Given how rarely I speak to Melly, it's entirely probable that I never explained my circumstances to her before. Maybe this whole time Melly was lying upstairs in her room, curled up in her bed, wondering where I was, thinking I didn't come because I didn't care, because I don't like her. But that isn't true. At least I don't think it is. I can't deny that I find Melly hard work, but I do love her. She's my daughter. I know I haven't been as forthright with Melly as I should be, but I don't know where to begin. I don't want to worry her. She doesn't need to know how busy I've been at work, or that the headmistress keeps firing staff left and center. I know how you feel, Robin, but Melly isn't a child. You should try to be more honest with her. But what good does honesty do? It just upsets people. But hiding things and playing mind games hurts far more. And sprained legs, too, I'll take it. It did look rather swollen. Did you put ice on it? A pack of frozen peas. I think it's gone down now. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. I stand in the corner of the kitchen, running my options through my mind like paper through a printer. Naturally, also like paper through a printer, my thoughts keep getting jammed, and I have to pause to manually reload them again and again. Right, I think I'll see Melly later after she's had a chance to rest up. Give her a couple of hours. I think I need some time to prepare myself. You need to prepare yourself to spend time with your daughter. Sure, all guys get anxious when they have to talk to pretty girls. Oh, you. Sally rolls her eyes, but at least she doesn't look annoyed. I've got you as such a charmer. I laugh. I guess it's easy to forget marriage has domesticated me. I pause. You do think our marriage was a good thing, don't you? Of course. I wouldn't have agreed to it otherwise. We're just going through a rough patch, that's all. All couples have them. Oh, Sally. I sigh, suddenly overcome with emotion. Sally sounds like her old self again. Sally Pally, when I was tugging at that ponytail, she always tied her hair back in. It was silly Sally when she said something ridiculous, and I wanted to make her blush. She said we were going through a rough patch. She has no idea. Things might be rather more complicated than her cautious optimism leads her to believe. Melody. Melly? Oh, hello, Melly. Are you awake? True to my words, a few hours have passed, and now I stand outside Melly's bedroom door. It's dark, and the hallway is cloaked in shadow. It's kind of imposing. I feel like an unwanted intruder, an interloper, vampire-like. All I can do is wait for Melly's invitation to come inside. I could wait and wait and wait until hell itself freezes over, but I don't think the invitation is forthcoming. Melly doesn't reply. I rap again, my knuckles brushing against the wooden door. Melly? Melly's bedroom door is dark mahogany framed by plum-colored wallpaper. There's a small wooden plaque displayed on the door above the brass doorknob which reads Elodie. In colorful letters, the M fell off a few years ago, leaving behind a strange, unfamiliar name. Still, despite my knocking, Melody doesn't answer. I'm not sure if she really is asleep at 7 in the evening. Yeah, right. Or if she's just ignoring me. Alright then, I'm coming in, I guess. Excuse me. And with this small apology, I take hold of the brass knob and turn it. Melly's door opens slowly, creaking with each and every inch. I think the hinges might be starting to go. I step inside Melody's private quarters, her in the sanctum, and shut the door behind me. I used to go into Melly's room all the time when she was younger to read picture books to her, about Maisie the mouse and Connie the cat to help her nod off to sleep. that was a long, long time ago. Whoops. When was the last time I came in here? Maybe it was a few months ago? Maybe it was more? I don't remember. Mellie's room is dark, the lights off and curtains drawn, but I can dimly make out shapes in the gloom. Mellie's bookcase is stocked full of paperbacks, well thumbed through Philip Pullman's and J.K. Rowling's, and I can see familiar figures scattered across her desk. The droopy cotton ears of plush Betsy Bear lolling next to a beaten-up old Connie cat who's missing one of her paws. Standing in this room almost feels like entering a time capsule, sealed off from the rest of time and space. I could be 9, 10 years younger, and Mellie could be my cute little girl again. Still shy, but not nearly as awkward. Maybe Mellie loved me more back then. I think I might have loved her more back then, too. I can see a small lump curled up underneath the covers and long, black hair thinning out across the blue bedspread, now deep navy in the darkness. Mellie's back is turned towards me, so I can't see her face. I'm not sure if I'm happy about this or not. Wonder what kind of expression she's making. Do I really want to know? Alright, you guys, we'll find out what kind of expression she is making in the next episode. Till then, see you later.